Hello, and welcome to Low Budget Late Night. As always, I am your host, Zach. Now, I feel as though I'm compelled to explain the hiatus, because there was a hiatus. I've taken some time off from doing the show, and during that time, I took a journey, sort of a pilgrimage, but instead of a pilgrimage where I went to a new land and committed atrocities against the people who lived there, I took a pilgrimage into my heart and into my mind and into other parts of my body that I don't want to talk about right now, but I took the pilgrimage, and it was because some months ago, around the last time of the last Low Budget, I heard a voice, and it said, "Zach, you must take a pilgrimage into yourself." And so I did. I took a journey and sort of really explored my heart and my mind and the other parts of me that I don't want to talk about right now. And I think I found really a connection or a sort of a channel to God, what would be called God, sort of working through me. And what I came to understand, all of Low Budget for this last period of time, it has come from my heart, and it's come from my mind, and it's come from the other parts of me that I don't want to talk about right now. And I always just thought this is me doing this is my work alone. And what I realized is that I was a conduit, sort of I was a path for what would be referred to as God in a sort of a sense. And you can think of it sort of like a power line, I am a power line. And I'm channeling something. And that electricity that's coming through me into your houses, the viewers of Low Budget Late Night, is what would be referred to as God. And so this being made clear to me, I started to pick up on these messages that were being delivered to me that I must continue, but also that I must understand a lot of other things that I've taken the time inwardly to understand. So I do have a show lined up. I think we just sort of got through the intro bit, and I understand that there's probably going to be a lot of questions, sort of about what exactly I mean when I say what would be referred to as God. I'm open to those questions. I would consider them audience submissions, so that'll come later. And also, just over time, more will come to light, more will be explained and explored through sort of the audience-host interactions that we have. It feels good to be back. I should mention, this is season 2. So I know last year we were sort of very quickly moving through the seasons. I think we got up to season 4 or something. And that was unnecessary. What we're going to do, we're going to say all of that season 1. This is the first episode of season 2, sort of post-enlightenment. So, welcome. Cheers to season 2. And I think that'll bring us straight into the stand-up monologue portion of the show. So, I was riding my bike the other day, and I don't know what the fuck it is, but everyone seems to think that the bike lane is where glass goes. Like, I don't know who was told you could just toss your glass into the bike lane, if it's people drunk driving, just throwing their bottles out into the street. But Jesus, I was going along, it was nighttime, I didn't have a light on me, and I was going along this road, biking, and I came up on this section where I started to hear a lot of crunching and snapping, and I immediately knew, I was like, oh, there's glass in the road. Someone must have thrown a bottle over here or something. But then it just kept going and going and going for probably 50 feet of just fucking broken glass. I don't know who the fuck is doing this, who thinks that it's the bike lane is the place for glass to go, but it happens. It's happened many times for even longer stretches than 50 feet, but this just struck me as being, it was a lot of sort of big chunks, and thankfully my bike is okay. I'll show that. My bike is okay. This is my bike. It's a good bike, You can sort of imagine me riding along and going over all this broken glass. And thankfully, the tires held their form and nothing got punctured. But just, it seems like it's some people's place that they put glass is the side of the fucking road where I have to ride my bike. So, I don't know what to make of that. I wish they would stop it. Yeah. So, I think we'll call that the stand-up monologue section of the show. And, look at this. I think, just being connected, sort of having my purpose clear to me, the clarity that's brought around. Look at how organized I am. I've got this whole setup here. I don't know what's going to be going on with the green screen. It's not my department, you could say. Yeah. Anyways, so looking sort of back at the outline, it looks like we are going to be going into rapid fire news. and welcome to the Rapid Fire News. There's a lot of news going on right now, and I am not going to cite specific sources. I will not put links to articles. I will not include specific quotes on the screen or anything. I'm just going to kind of let you know what I know. Because that's what feels right as far as what I was talking about with the connection. You need to know what I know. Okay? So, first off, I think let's start with bad news. Starting with bad news, we have begun a war with Iran. Now, that's pretty bad. I'm sure many people who had no fucking clue, I had no fucking clue what the Strait of Hormuz was. Now I do. Now I am aware of what the Strait of Hormuz is. And I don't really see a resolution, because you have America on one side saying, I want no more nukes in Iran, and I want oil to go everywhere to the people who need it, and I also want to keep bombing Iran until they have no nukes, and also they have to say that we are the coolest country alive, and that they're thankful for all the bombs that we've dropped on them. And then you have Iran saying no, and so there's a lot of conflict there. That looks like kissing. They're not kissing. They're more sort of like attacking each other constantly. And there's been peace talks, but Trump doesn't know what's going on in the peace talks. He's being either horribly misinformed by the people around him, or he is being a deceitful bastard. And on the Iranian side, I really again, I'm just telling you what I know and what I think and what I feel, because that's what the connection is telling me to do. Everything Iran has said has seemed pretty fucking reasonable. I'm not saying, I don't know what that country is like. I don't know, what borderline, what the baseline reasonable is for them. But they were attacked, and they are being given very, very unfavorable conditions for which the combat can end, and they're saying no, and that's kind of fair. We instigated this at a time that we really did not need to, and now we're feeling the impact of it. So many people are paying twice what they paid for gas months ago. And I mean, that's the impact that we're feeling. The impact that Iran is feeling is bombs. They're feeling bombs. They're exploding, okay? Our gas prices is exploding. They are exploding. And so for them to say, no, we're not going to back down, we are actually going to leverage this piece of leverage that we have, the Strait of Hormuz, kind of fair and kind of dumb on America, our part, to keep going on like this, rather than, one, not doing it in the fucking first place, two, having some sense about how we can end this. Jesus Lord, if Japan doesn't get oil from the Strait of Hormuz, they won't have power by, July. Cuba already doesn't fucking have power. What is it going to take for America to be like, nah, sorry, I fucked up. Yeah, no, I fucked up with that one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, folks. So then, real quickly, as a piece of good news to sort of sandwich, we'll have shit bread, nice meat, and then a shit sandwich. I mean, okay, so I said this is good news, and then I immediately thought of why it's not. But Artemis 2, we went to the moon again. We didn't land there, but the spaceship went further into space than any other manned spacecraft has ever made it into space. So that's, it's pretty cool. I think the best thing about it is the pictures that we got. Because there's a lot of resources being spent on shit like the Artemis 2 mission that could probably really help people if they were spent on other things. But it's kind of like a nice, we did something cool in space. Other good news, I saw a Waymo. That's not good news, but I saw a Waymo being towed into an electric charging station, and then it had to be towed out of the electric charging station, which I can only, this was hours, there was someone working on it for like 6 hours in between it being towed in and out, and I think that means that someone sabotaged it in a way that actually broke it. And when I see a Waymo, I would like to attack it with a spear. I would like to revert to primitive man, make a club out of a stick and a very large stone, and beat it to death. Because we just don't need more robots. We don't need robots that are cars. Okay? It's a bad fucking idea. So to see one of them in disrepair, very good news for me. Very good news for me. And then, other bad news going on. AI, sort of overall, but also just people keep killing themselves, killing other people, people who have psychosis-based mental disorders are going deeper and deeper into psychosis because of it. It's really, it's now been shown that what you use AI for, that part of your brain that was capable of doing it before, if you're doing, if you're writing an essay, you're writing points about something, you're studying something, you're doing research, whatever part of your brain that was being used to write those essays, to do that research, to study those things, starts to undo itself because it feels that it's no longer needed. So we have people that are just kind of intentionally making themselves dumber in the service of a robot. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I want less robots. I would kill robots with a spear if I could. I have very negative feelings about AI, especially with CEOs of the company saying that humans are just the sex organs of the earth, or that we're giving birth to God, that we were just meat bags for a while and now we're giving birth to God, which is somehow a fucking computer. That I don't fucking understand. I'm really hoping, I heard from someone earlier today that public opinion of AI has gone down a lot, and that people are sort of losing faith, even technocrats are losing faith as far as AI being the next big thing. And I really hope that's true. I hope it dies. I hope that they stop getting the amount of money that they're getting from the sort of cyclical process with NVIDIA selling them the chips and then giving them money for the hosting of the chips. There's other videos about that have much better information. I'm not going to find them and link them. I'm not going to link any articles. This is just what I know. But I hope that this all dies down pretty soon, because God, are we humans? Oh man, are we humans? We are physical beings of the earth. And that we should be. Even as far as Artemis 2 is concerned. Why the fuck are we going to the moon when there's so much bad shit here on the earth? Huh? I don't know. I'm not the guy working at fucking NASA. I am a guy, though, who has taken a journey sort of inward to explore my relationship as a conduit of electricity, of which would sort of be referred to as God, to you in your houses. And so I feel like maybe I'm a bit of an authority on what it means to be a human and what it means to live on this earth. Am I right? You can't answer me. Alright, so I think we'll call that the rapid fire news. As always, you should keep yourself informed of what's going on in the world, because you live in the world. Alright. Now that brings us into the weather. To the weather. Now, the weather's been interesting recently because it's fucking hot. But weirdly, it feels like the sun is hotter than it was before. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like when the sun goes behind a cloud, it's like 60 degrees. But as soon as I have the sun pointing on me, it's like fucking 80 degrees. And I don't get what that's about. It feels like some ozone layer shit is happening. Thank you. But yeah, it's been hot, and then cold, and then yes, and then no, and I think it's about to rain tonight, actually. Obviously, I don't know what it's like where you are and where you are watching this from, but I would just fucking wager that it's hotter than it normally is. Because that seems to be the way in which we are going, is hot. Hot, hot, hot. There was no snow this year. Sort of held out for maybe February, maybe April. No snow. We got to freezing temperatures, but just didn't have any ice or any snow. And that was pretty disappointing. I always like snow. It's kind of rare where I am. And yeah, Yeah, so weather, probably hot, unless you live like on the southern hemisphere. It's probably warmer than it regularly is, but it's maybe a bit cold right now. It's flipped, you know. So we have summer and they have winter. Shout out to any Australians watching this show. I would love it if there was an Australian watching this show. Yeah, I can't think of much else to say about the weather. So, that's the weather. Alright, so we got the weather, which brings us to our new segment, The Message. Welcome to The Message. So this segment, we're gonna sort of have a practice here. We're gonna engage in a bit of a practice together, hopefully. And it's going to be that electricity that I'm talking about, with me being the power line. If you can imagine sort of this animated power line with like a face and a personality, maybe like a kids show, like with this electricity going through me, which is what would be referred to as God. We're not going to talk much about how what that really in depth means, nor how it relates to the understanding of sort of Judeo-Christian God. We just, ask your questions if you'd like. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. But right now, let's just, get into a position that's comfortable for you. And let's all take 3 deep breaths together, all right? I'll count them off. So, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right. So we all feel sort of centered, brought back into your body. That's so important, is being in your body, because you can't really be anywhere else. You know, I am in my garage right now, but I'm in my body. And sometimes I'm in my room, but even in my room, I'm in my body. And then sometimes I'm at work, but even when I'm at work, I'm in my body. Say it. Say it. I'm in my body. And that's good. Your body, it should be this safe place that, you know, no matter where you go, you're safe there. You're safe in here. So, and that's, which, and really, you know, yeah. Yeah. You know, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the understanding coming through right now from where you're watching. There is an understanding between us about what this message is. And that's love. That's lovely. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my brain. I feel it in other parts of me that I don't want to talk about right now. But I feel you. I feel you in all of those places. And I hope you feel me in your heart and in your mind, and maybe in places that you don't want to talk about all the time. I hope you feel me there, because I feel you. And hopefully we can just feel each other, you know. Let's make it a practice, you know, between us to feel each other. All right. So that's the message. It's a new segment we're doing here. Get that out of the way. Cleansing is an important part. Important part of any life is cleansing. Cleansing sort of what's come in the past. This is all sort of just coming to me from the whiteboard, but you know, you take what's happened in the past and you understand it, you lived it. You know, we just felt each other, and you can wipe that away. You move on into whatever's to come next, not forgetting this feeling we've had, but you know, still moving forward. That's important. So that's gonna bring us into the song of the week. All right, so now we're on to the song of the week. This week, the song is going to be 212 by Azealia Banks. I really want for this to just be showing you at behind me with the green screen. If not, it's going to be over here for you in the editing to figure out. But 212 by Azealia Banks. I'll try to give you enough time to pull that up while I'm pulling it up, so it should be pretty good. So I've got it pulled up. So whenever anyone is ready, everyone is ready, we're going to go in 3, 2, one, go. Alright, so that was 212 by Azalea Banks. That's just a real fun song, ain't it? A real good one. I don't know much about Azalea Banks, but she makes good music. Just based off that song, can't say I know much of her other songs, but it's good. I'd recommend the music video. Yeah, I hope you were able to enjoy that along with me. So, we got through the song of the week. Which brings us to audience submissions. audience submissions. We don't generally have much involvement, but non-D3K commented on the New Year's ball dropping ceremony video, saying, "This was friggin' hilarious. Great song choice. Thank you. And I have a suggestion. Make another episode. In it, do the rapid fire news. Keep it as current as possible. At least on a couple topics. Twice a month quota." Well, I definitely, I will, rapid fire news is always current news. I don't do it as often as I do it. But thank you for the encouragement. Then, I made a New Year's resolution about 15 years ago. Never make another New Year's resolution. It's easy. So I wasn't able to participate in the resolution portion. I watched this on New Year's Eve. It was really funny and interesting. That does seem like a pretty good New Year's resolution to make. Just not making them. That's an interesting take on that. Thank you for the funny and interesting bit. I was just trying to sort of compete with the ball dropping ceremonies that go on, and we're getting our footing. I do think that Low Budget Late Night will become sort of a last bastion of good television. So cheers to that. Cheers to the New Year's, which was the last time I made a video. And cheers to the return. I think we're done. That was the only audience submission. So this brings us to the end of the episode. I appreciate everyone for being here and for watching and for letting me connect to you, for feeling me and letting me feel you. It's good. It's always good to be felt. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of this season. Again, the last year of Low Budget Late Night is now season 1. And we are just now entering season 2. So how lucky are you to be a viewer of this episode? Cheers to that. Cheers to crossing off another list. And a whole episode. Oh, I think I broke my pen. But there we go. That's the whole thing. That's, man, I really broke my pen. Oh. That's the episode. And I appreciate you being here to watch it. And until next time, I've been your host, Zach. This has been Low Budget Late Night Show Season 2, Episode 1. Have a good time in the meantime.